Welcome to Nasdaq TradeTalks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me for this segment, we have Alex Coffey, Senior Market Strategist at Charles Schwab. He joins me to discuss performance in the Nasdaq-100 with NVDA up 2% following comments at an analyst meeting this afternoon. And certainly it has been a big week for NVIDIA. Alex, before we get into that, let's take a look at Nasdaq-100 performance, see how the index is doing for the day.
Yeah, we've looked at a lot of different things over the last few years, Jill. This is just going to be a closing price chart, a line chart going back to the beginning of this year. So now just about a full quarter into trading for 2024, but using our same stoplight kind of color, support resistance levels on a technical basis. What I've started doing is more zones. So you'll see the recent highs up in our red zone, about 18,200 to 18,300. Just above where we're currently at. Those are the former highs of just the last few weeks. Our neutral zone, our yellow caution light, where that trend could break if we did test that zone, a little bit below now after the recovery intraday, is down between 17,100 and 17,500 on the chart. And then down to the yearly lows, the green 16,300 to about 16,700 would be quite the sell-off, but optimistic, opportunistic buyers may step in there if we did retest those lows, but there might be several days before anything like that could be tested.
Yeah, let's take a look at the heat map here, because certainly there are other constituents contributing to the index.
Yeah, no doubt. But as you mentioned, NVIDIA's intraday turnaround after being down near 850. Last I saw it was back towards 900. You saw the market turn as well. And so you can see as this is done towards market capitalization scale, names like NVIDIA, names like Apple are much bigger boxes on our heat map. They're just going to carry more weight for the index. And so seeing some of those names, the Microsofts, the Apples, and the NVIDIAs, NVIDIA's carrying their weight is going to do a lot for those other names that are a little bit more sideways here ahead of the FOMC tomorrow.
And what about if you take a look at NVIDIA versus the Nasdaq-100? What's the correlation there to the moves that stock has?
Yeah, it's been super, super strong, as we'd expect. 0.9 on a 90-day correlation or thereabouts in real time. But this was the last 6 months. You can kind of see that rolling correlation. The dashed green line would indicate a strong correlation, 0.7 or higher. That one, of course, would be essentially these two items are moving tick for tick. And you can see it's been firmly over the last 6 months on a rolling 90-day trading day basis, which is a pretty statistically significant amount of data, pretty firmly in that very strong correlation camp. And it makes sense. You saw that intraday turnaround today in the stock. You saw the intraday turnaround in the Nasdaq.
All right. Appreciate the insight as always, Alex. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.